Welcome to Better, the podcast about doing better, being better, and leaving the world a better place than we found it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Better, Do Better, Be Better, Make the World a Better Place. Should be an auctioneer. I am Jay. I'm your host, and this episode is going to hit home for some of y'all. But before I do that, you know I got to do it. Bam! The Last First Date, my book available on Amazon in paperback, hardcover, and ebook, soon to be audiobook. It's a very personal tale mixed in with a little bit of fiction. Good. I hope. I don't know. I am told by my girlfriend and my ARC readers, my beta readers, that this is a good book. But you guys are going to be the ones that tell me whether it actually is or not. And I hope it is, because I really poured my heart and soul into this one. And I'd be a little devastated if people didn't like it. But not everybody can. So I'm getting ready for those 1 stars, but I'm also getting ready for the 5-star reviews. So this episode is being triggered by a conversation I had with Shauna's kids, one of her kids in particular. And I was talking to him at the dinner table or like the counter where we kind of have lunch sometimes. And he said to me, "Oh, I want to be like so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so." And I was like, "Who the hell are these people?" He says to me, "Oh, they're YouTube people, or they're Instagram influencers or TikTok or whatever." And I was like, "Oh God, you really don't want to use them as your role models." And he's like, "Why?" And I said to him, "You know what? That's a big answer. So I am going to make a podcast about it, and then you can watch it." So this is that podcast. And, if you want to do better in this world, do not pay attention to influencers. I'm going to start this off by playing 2 videos for you. These 2 videos are videos about influencers. And I think you'll find them, for some people, I think you'll find them not surprising at all. For others, I think you will find them very surprising. We'll talk about them after I play them. So I'm just going to play these 2 videos for you, okay? So I'm not naming no names, but I wish you guys knew how easy it is to fake being wealthy for the internet here in LA. A lot of those big money guys and your favorite creators don't live where you think they live. So up the street from here, we have this $100 million mansion that costs $90 an hour to rent out. A lot of creators rent that space once a week, film their content, and make it look like they live there. Rent a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, $99 an hour. It gets crazier because most people in LA have a following. Because to be a model or an actor, there's a lot of casting calls you can't go to unless you have a following. What used to happen is when you got with an agency, they would dump you a bunch of bots. Now most people realize how that damages an account, but the metrics are still there. And since most people don't know how to do that, they end up buying followers, likes, comments, shares, everything. So they can go to casting calls and keep their agency. There's even more because there's agency funded houses out here. Anyone who's part of that agency can go film there and make it look like they live there. And they encourage you to do this because it looks better for the internet. But there's even more because we also have designer rental services. It's between $300 and $800 a month, and you get bags, shoes, sunglasses, clothing, anything you need, all designer. Just wear it, get your pictures, and then send it back. As long as you don't ruin it, you don't have to pay for it. You can fully construct a lifestyle out here of wealth. And that's part of the reason we're starting to get a bunch of influencer debt resolution companies now. Like, you don't need to feel bad about yourself. Just wear the 10-cent shirt from the thrift store. Nobody cares, I promise you. Build your content around something else. You don't have to look rich to be a creator. All right, so there was that one, and then there is this one.
In the USA, a guy created a photo studio that looks just like a private jet cabin, and it's gone viral. Bloggers and models are lining up to book photo shoots and show off on social media. The demand is massive, and it's already booked out for months in advance. I share cool business ideas like this. Follow for more.
So, what? Come on, world. damn, here I am doing a podcast about doing better. And we have people renting mansions for $90 an hour and pretending like it's their home. What the fuck? Okay, so God, where to begin? So that first video was, her talking about, how influencers fake it. And then the second video was to show that, there's an actual service being advertised as a good business idea to fake it. I just don't know, and Shauna's kid looks up to these people who maybe they're not faking it. Maybe they are successful. Maybe they're not. I don't know them, but there are so many examples online of influencers faking it. And even when they're not faking it, they're faking it to some degree, right? Like social media and digital media, it really is the ultimate mind fuck. Like I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I post happy moments. I post this podcast. I post stuff about my book. I don't post, the times when Shauna and I disagree. I don't post when I've got family problems. I don't post none of that stuff. To some degree, all digital marketing and all digital media is a bit of a fairy tale. And here's the thing, with most influencers, you're just not going to know. You're not going to the number of times I've come across a video where someone's like, make $10 million like me. And then I look them up, like 3-4 months later, because I just like to do these sorts of things. And, I've written her name in my notes. I come back 3 or 4 months later and they're a scam. They live at home with their mom. So, there's a lot of lessons here. There are a ton of lessons here that are very important to learn. But the most important is kind of like look up to people that have actually done the thing, whatever the thing is. It's there are people out there who have broken records and done some incredible things with their time on this earth. And one of those people actually have as a better moment. Look at that tie-in. If you don't know his name, you damn well should, because he's a legend and his rookie season in the NHL was phenomenal. This guy, I'll talk more about him after, but I want to play the better moment from Teemu Selänne, because he is a guy who actually did the thing.
Hi Jay, it's Teemu Selänne here. Hope all is well. Well, thanks for reaching out and talk about very, very important things in the life. And I think that overall people feeling better and just having good life, it's so much important than anything else. And I think overall the happiness starts from your own decisions, that what you want in your life. And I think it's super important to find something you love to do. And unfortunately, so many people every morning they go their work what they don't love, and that's always a red flag. And I always try to encourage the people find the job that when they wake up in the morning, they can't wait to start doing that, because I think that's one thing what makes people happy. Younger people just find a way to be happy and work hard, believe yourself, encourage yourself to reach another levels. And it doesn't matter what you do, just believe yourself. I think that's one very important thing. And then when you find something what you love to do, and then it's up to you. And I think what separates people in any kind of situation is that how good is your bad day. We are all great when we are feeling great and we are happy and things going well. But when things go south and you're struggling and you're gonna have some issues, how are you gonna turn around? How are you gonna stay positive? How you react with this? Because a lot of times, like, the people get mad, especially today's life, about everything. And I always try to teach my kids and people around me that you can't control other people, but you can control how you react to different things. If somebody tells me that, Timo, you have a very ugly shirt, I'm not gonna call my mom or dad. I'm not gonna get down. Um, I decide how I react, and I'm gonna be tough. I said, hey, I don't care what you say. I like it, and that's only what matters. So the way how you react things, I think it's super important. The good things and especially the bad things. So don't get too much down. Just stay positive. Try to turn the ship around, and obviously everybody's happy when things go well. But like I said, how good is your bad day? Separate people, the companies in sports, anything. So I encourage the people to just be mentally tough and just learn to react the right way for different things. And in my hockey, I always try to make sure that I just do my best, and I dream big, and I try to make people around also better, because the leadership, it's always start from yourself. But then you want to make sure that the people around you are feeling good as well. And especially for the team sports and the companies, they always say that you are as good as your weakest link. And so you have to look after everybody, and then the good leaders can do it. It's a people coaching. Some people you have to treat different way. Some people you have to yell, otherwise they can't get all the best things out of them. Some people you have to give hug. You have to learn how to deal with different people a different way, and I think after that the results are good. But Jay, you're doing very important stuff, and I always like to talk about the happiness and what make other people more happy than others. And so just keep working hard and do the good things, and all the best for you. Thanks.
Okay. So 92-93 season in the NHL. This guy broke the rookie points and rookie goals record, and it is 2025, and those records stand today. There was a lot to unpack in his better moment, and I'm going to do a separate episode about it, actually, and I'm going to be doing separate episodes about all the better moments. They'll be like 5-10 minute episodes just examining them. But the reason I wanted to play this video, and this is a little bit of a shorter episode because the point is so clear. Teemu Selänne, in front of our eyes, smashed records and ignited a city and was incredible to watch. And you could see his skill, and he was an all-star. And I mean, God, his accolades and his records and his reel, his tape, his highlight reel is just mind-blowingly good. Why do we need influencers? I don't get it. It's, if you want to do better in life, you don't need a coach. You don't need someone who says, oh, I did this and now I'm going to teach you the ways. You don't need that stuff. We need guys you just need a guy if you want to play hockey, for example, and you want to make sure that you come out of the gate as strong as possible. This is the guy you follow. There is actual tangible proof out there in the world that he did the thing. And he can inspire you and give you, and through his interviews and everything like this one, he can give you tips. You can get into the mindset. Some of his interviews that he did, he talks about, his drills and how he attended practice and what kind of rituals he had before and after games and how much he slept and what his diet was and his supplementing and all these sorts of things, right? You got all this wealth of knowledge from someone that did the thing. Influencers have not made the world better. Influencer culture has not made the world better. It is time for it to go away. Now, there are some influencers out there that started out showing us their journey. Like there's Olympic heroes and stuff that, they started out just kind of showing you how they were building towards their goal. They hit their goal and they're talking about how they did it and everything. And you can learn a lot from them. But we waste so much time that we could be using to get better in any way, shape, or form by watching these people spend their money, go to openings, go to restaurants, sit in front of the camera and talk shit. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is the message from this episode. Stop wasting your time on Jake Paul and Logan Paul and all these influencers who have really nothing to contribute. They're just talking shit. They're just hawking products to you. They're not trying to make your life better. They're trying to make their life better. Now, not all, but a lot. So maybe it's time to get back to a world where people like Teemu Selänne are the influencers. You know, in the hockey world, there are so many great players in the NHL and in leagues below, right? Farm teams, stuff like that, that can guide you to success. And then you take courses and you get educated and you get experience and you play and you play and you practice and you practice and you play and you play and you work at it. You take that determination, you take that heart, you apply it, and you get good at the thing and you become a success in your own life. You're not going to get more successful by getting entrenched in influencer culture. It's largely fake. It's largely to better their lives. It's largely to sell you shit that you don't need. Courses that all say the same damn thing. I'm going to tell you something. To prepare for this episode, I went and I downloaded 4 Become a Better Author and 4 Become Better Business Person influencer courses for just $99.95 or whatever, $29 or whatever the hell they were. They were almost exactly the same. They were all things that I've learned already from business people who have actually proven that they can do something, you know, or from authors, right? I took a master class with James Patterson, and this one course was basically a regurgitation of James Patterson's course, but with some guy who wrote a book who he won't tell you exactly what he made. He has screenshots, but you go online and you look and he's got like 4 links to his books and no press. And there's no, you know, New York Times bestseller or whatever attached to them, right? So, guys, especially younger people out there, you're wasting your time with influencer culture. It's not making your life better. Go seek out the people. If you want to be a great author, go seek out authors that you read, not some random video on Facebook that says, want to be a best-selling author? I can show you the tricks. And you've never heard of them before, except for maybe the last 10 ads they serve to you. If you want to be a great hockey player, go seek out the Teemu Selännes, the Crosbys, the Matthews, the, you know, the McDavids, the coaches, the, you know, all those sorts of things. You know, if you want to be a great podcaster, seek out interviews and knowledge from, you know, the people at the top of the charts, not the people telling you how to be a great podcaster who you never heard of. You want to be a great photographer. It works for everything, literally everything. There was a time before influencers, and it was before social media and everything. And I kind of remembered, I was really young, but there was a time in this world where people only listened to people that did the thing before them, the experts. We've gotten really far away from that. In fact, we've gotten so far away from that that we're starting to shun experts. Oh yeah, well, Teemu Selänne played so long ago. It was a different game. Was it? I guess in some ways everything evolves. But do you really think a guy that broke the rookie point and goal scoring record in 92-93 with those records holding today has less to contribute to your journey to be a hockey player than some random schmuck on the internet who's selling you a course who you've never heard of, who nobody's ever really heard of except for maybe some people in your town? Look, I'm a podcaster. I am not an influencer. Some people say to me, like, how does it feel to be an influencer? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I am definitely not an influencer, not in any way, shape, or form. I'm an author. Don't listen to me on how to write a book. I mean, you know what? Actually, I should recant that. Let me word that differently. I'm an author, and I'll tell you how I wrote this book. Doesn't mean that's how you're going to be able to write this book. And I don't even know if this is going to sell well. I hope it does, but I don't know. I have no idea. Do you know who does? Stephen King knows he's going to sell well on his next book because he's sold well on his last 300 or however many books he's released. You know who's going to know how to sell a book? Any author that's ever written a bunch of books and sold a bunch of millions of copies. Influencer culture is toxic culture. It is bad for you. It is bad for your better journey. So, not to shit on anybody, but if you're an influencer who's selling a course to do something and nobody knows who you are, you're selling snake oil. I know you think you're doing good, but somewhere deep down, you know it's snake oil. If I were to put together a course today, and I actually did that, I thought about this. I was like, you know what? I have a unique process that I mastered for writing this book. I was like, I wonder if I should make a course or a school community or something and give tips on how to, I designed the cover. I wrote all the words. I did the back cover. I took the photo. I'm doing all the marketing. I'm doing everything for this book. I was like, I think I got this. I think I've figured this out pretty well. Maybe I have. If I sell 100,000 copies, probably will put together a course. Here's how I sold 100,000 copies of my book. And you'll be able to go online. You'll be able to see all the press and all the promo sites and all this stuff that I was able to do. But I thought about that. And I was like, should I do one? I said, no, I haven't even sold a copy yet. What am I talking about? On Sunday, I'm about to sell 200 copies. Great. We've got this big promo campaign happening. Hopefully I can make bestseller on Amazon. But there are people that will say, "Ooh, I wrote a book and I feel like I know how to do this. So I'm going to put together a course and I'm going to sell it to people." You're going to do what now? No. That's not valuable for people. You need to know that what you did works first. Teemu Selänne broke 2 rookie records that stand today in the 90s. That means what he did worked. You listen to him now. You don't listen to him before he did that. It's a crazy concept to be like, I'm going to listen to people pre-success or on success I can't validate. I don't get it. I don't understand the culture. And I don't think it's because I'm not 10 going through it, so I don't really get it. I don't understand it because it doesn't make sense. So if you're comparing yourself to influencers, look at those first 2 videos I played. How do you know they're not faking it? You don't. You know Teemu Selänne ain't faking it, right? You know all these people that you can name because they've become a part of the zeitgeist. You know that they've done the thing, so go deal with them. Go learn from them. The saying "those who can't do teach," it should be changed. Those who can't do influence. Because the culture is now that as long as you think you can, you have. And then you can convince others that you have as well. Not cool. So if you want to do better in life, skills wise, happiness, whatever, look to the people who can prove that they've done the thing. Or better yet, look to the people you know have done the thing before you're even trying to do the thing because they were that fucking good that they were able, that they permeated the culture. I I look at these people, like Hawk Tui Girl and the Paul brothers and all, and I'm going, what are we doing? You know, it just feels like we're moving so far into an idiocracy where the blind are leading the blind, the dumb are leading the dumb down a path of broken dreams, depression, anxiety, and failure. And not constructive failure, but like failure that really hurts and sets you back. I feel like that's where we're going. And one thing I really want to do with this podcast, I want to make the world a better place. And I firmly believe that what I am saying today is making the world a better place. I have gone down the rabbit hole just to try to learn from it before I did this episode. And I'm going to tell you something. Listening to influencers as your main source of inspiration is only going to get you a big, steaming hot pot of nothing. And I think that it should be a crime, punishable by jail time, to go on the internet, fake like you've got all this success and all this big house and these cars and all this wardrobe and everything, and then sell people the formula to do that. That should be jail time. You're messing with people's lives. People that are trying to do better, you're making things worse. I've never done this on this show. If you're an influencer doing that, watching this, yes, I'm giving you the middle finger. You deserve it. You deserve way worse. We're all just here trying to do better, trying to make the world a better place, trying to be a better person, and you come along and you take advantage. You're a con man. And one day, I really hope you get your reckoning. Okay? Now, if you're trying to do better, I hope you take these words to heart. Thank you so much for tuning in. BetterPodcast.live. That is the website. If you want an example of any non-influencer, but a person who can drive you forward and you don't really know where to look, leave a comment and I will do some research for you and I will find some people that you can follow who have done the thing. All right? Talk to you guys later.
Thanks for checking out Better. If you got to the end, it must mean you liked the episode, right? So how about 5 stars? Maybe a sub, maybe a share. Great universal comment points. And good luck on your better journey.